Sup, bro? How's it going up there?
Not good, yo.
Yeah, I've noticed you look pretty hot in the face.
Yeah, because those darn humans keep trash talking me.
I think I know what you're talking about.
G'day, mate. I got a prank next. Do you think you could help me out, bro?
Yeah, no thanks, mate.
And their gas is so bad I have to plug my nose.
Really? I didn't notice.
Hey, welcome back. So to start things off today, I'm going to be covering the topic of creation, which is how each of these problems came to be. The first part of creation that I'll be specifically covering is on global warming and its factors, such as mining of fossil fuels. I'll start with why we did this, then I'll talk about how each of these became a problem and when they became a problem. But first, I'll give you the definition of what global warming is so you have an idea of what this video will be covering. What I'm about to say is going to be long, so I'm going to try and divide it into digestible bites for you. Alright then, to begin with, global warming is, in its simplest terms, the increase in atmospheric temperatures caused by the increase in greenhouse gases and other emissions, such as carbon dioxide, which cause the increase in our Earth's temperature. I understand for some of you might not understand that gibberish, so even simpler, it is just the process of our world heating up. Yeah, that was about it. I'm about to show you some images based on the information that I found. If you would like to, you can stop and have a read. Otherwise, let's continue. The first factor of global warming that will be covered in this video is on the ozone layer. The ozone layer is a blanket above our atmosphere that absorbs UV radiation, ultraviolet radiation, from the sun, preventing a lot of the rays from entering our atmosphere. Without the ozone layer to protect our planet, we would all be dramatically affected. Our ozone layer consists of ozone particles, which are made up of 3 oxygen atoms combined. Our ozone layer is 3 to 5 millimeters thick and located in the lower stratosphere, which can be around 20 to 50 kilometers high. Some of the effects of not having an ozone layer would be skin cancer rates increasing dramatically. All creatures, even single-celled bacteria, will be affected by this, including us. Our immunity systems would be deeply and negatively affected. DNA mutations from the UV radiation would increase by 650%, according to NASA. All planet life would be affected. Global climate change. Marine and aquatic life would mostly die out, and the acidity levels in the ocean would increase. However, you may be asking yourself, why would we need to know the effects of not having an ozone layer? And the reason for that is because there is a giant hole in it which is started growing from the 1980s and it's currently healing. However, if we were to return to using the chemicals that cause this, such as CFCs and HCFCs, also known as chlorofluorocarbons and hydrochlorofluorocarbons, in our refrigerators and ACs, for example, or release nitrogen oxides through emissions from planes, etc., then the hole in our ozone layer would end up covering about 2/3 of our planet by 2065. But like I said earlier, our ozone is healing because of the reduction from the chemicals above, and by 2060 it's estimated to be completely healed. This now brings us to our next point on greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases are the worst contributor to global warming. Greenhouse gases consist of multiple harmful chemicals and aerosols such as carbon dioxide, water vapor, and methane. These chemicals float around in our atmosphere beneath our ozone layer and absorb UV radiation and redistribute it around our planet, causing it to heat up more. The greenhouse gases are one of the largest contributing factors to all climate change throughout history. Many things can influence these gases, such as the movement of tectonic plates, which only have an effect every couple million years, and human activities such as the burning, mining, and use of fossil fuels, which I'll go into more detail later, and the use of CFCs and other chemicals, etc. The next point that I'll be covering in this video is on climate change. Climate change in its simplest form is the change in weather patterns or the climate. In the case of global warming, however, it means that our Earth on a global scale is suffering extremely hot temperatures that are only rising each day. Take this week for example. It reached the hottest it has ever been in December for Victorians. Already across Australia over the past 20 years, our farmers have lost 22% of their profits, and many of your average day-to-day handymen and plumbers are being forced to take days off so they don't get a heat stroke or worse. In short, the more we release of these greenhouse gases I mentioned earlier and pollute our atmosphere, the hotter it will get. The climate change has always existed, and because of it the Ice Age ended and many animals went extinct, such as Gigantopithecus and the mammoth. But now, more than ever, climate change is a problem, for it is no longer natural, but we as humanity are causing our climate change at an incredible and frightening rate, and only all of us working together can really make a difference and solve this problem. This point is going to be on deforestation. Deforestation, in short, is the permanent removal of trees in order to utilize the land or the wood it provides for construction, fuel, manufacturing of goods, and or for agricultural purposes. This, however, releases mass amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, which is obviously not good, as I mentioned, with the greenhouse gases and the climate change. Deforestation has always been an issue since the first time it had been put to practice. However, it wasn't until the 1950s that it became such an important problem and a contributing factor to our global warming crisis. There are many forms of deforestation being put to use and practiced globally, such as industrial development, unstable logging, and degradation due to climate change and global warming. It's estimated that 1.5 billion tons of carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere annually due to purely just deforestation. Some of the statistics I found were that approximately 75,000 kilometers squared of trees are being removed each year, according to National Geographic, and this is another major factor to our ever-growing endangered and extinct species list, including the animals and plant life. World Wild Fund claimed that up to 30% of Earth is covered by tree life, and NASA claims that around 45% of carbon stored on Earth is located within the forests and trees. The final factor for global warming that I'll cover in this video is the mining of fossil fuels and its impact in the Industrial Revolution. Fossil fuels are mined because of their immense importance in our modern day society. The energy that these minerals like coal provide us, heat our homes, run our electricity in our cars, give us power to manufacture goods and new products. The mining of these ores, such as coal, goes back as far as 4000 BC, etc., and was used by ancient civilizations in order to smelt ores like iron in furnaces. However, the use of them didn't really start to take off and increased dramatically until the Industrial Revolution began in the 1750s, where the mass production of technological advancements rapidly grew up to the 1980s, where industrialization started to slow down. It was during this time, though, that these were used to replace the main forms of energy that were previously used. The cause of the Industrial Revolution was Britain's unique climate and immense amount of easily accessible resources. Before the Industrial Revolution, there was the Agricultural Revolution, and this meant that the food problems were all solved. This led to more innovative ideas within the British Empire, leading to mass production of goods, new factories, and industries being developed, like textiles improving, and efficiency and quality of goods being produced, and the introduction of newer technology and machines improving. the mining industry, etc. However, a lot of these incredible inventions were powered by fossil fuels such as coal, which affected our Earth's climate and ozone layer, etc. An example of how our fossil fuels became more prominent is how instead of using charcoal to smelt ores such as iron, they began using a substance known as coke, which was manufactured using the product coal. During the revolution, a man by the name of Thomas Newcomen invented the first steam-powered device, improved later on by James Watt, which used coal to power it, and was implemented in textile companies like the powerloom, mining industry such as the machines used to pump water out of mine shafts, travel such as cars, trains, steamships, etc. For more information on the Industrial Revolution, visit the following website, which will be here in the description below. Fast forward to today's day and age, we have developed much more effective and efficient methods of extracting minerals from the earth, such as hydraulic fracturing, drilling, etc. These methods, such as hydraulic fracturing, were very bad for our planet and caused many problems in regards to air pollution and land damage. If you want to know more about anything that I've mentioned throughout this video and would like me to get into more detail about this or anything else that I said in another video, comment down below and let me know. However, this is all I have time for now. Don't forget to turn on your notifications and share this video with your friend so you can be up to date with all my videos and can be aware of when I post my next one on plastics. All websites or sites that in general that I use to find the information will be linked in the description below if you want to check them out and learn more about what I have covered in this video.